guys, it's Sarah and I have a Disney layout for you today, and this is actually going to be a 2-page spread, so I'm going to be using 2 of these Frozen papers, and I got these from my daughter's Frozen pack. I got this for her at Hobby Lobby a while ago when she said she wanted to start doing some Disney pictures, and I got it for her because it's Frozen, which is her favorite, and there's 150 pages or papers in there. So I went through that and I got out a couple that I wanted to use on my own pages. So I totally raided her stash. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to back these both on some blue cardstock so that it really goes, you can tell that they go together. And so I'm just cutting them down to about 11.5 by 11.5. And then I will back them onto this blue cardstock here. So one of them has Elsa on it, and it's probably my favorite paper from that pack. It's so pretty, and it just has the back of Elsa, and she's using her powers, and you can see the town in the background. And then this one just has a little collage of all the characters on here from the movie. So I'm going to just go ahead and use these 2, and I just thought they went well together. So I'm going to be scrapbooking about the Frozen sing-along show that we went to at, I believe it was at Hollywood Studios, and it was one of the first things we signed up for when we booked our trip because I knew the girls wanted to go do that. And so we did, and it was a lot of fun. So I printed out a few 2x2 pictures, and no, those are 3x3. Sorry. Yeah, those are 3x3. I'm looking at it. I'm like, there's no way those are 2x2. Those are 3x3 pictures. So I'm going to use 4 of them on this page here. I took out one that I just didn't really think really needed to be there. And then on the other page, I'm going to use 3 different pictures as well. So I am looking at my alphabets here that I picked out, and I'm trying to decide how I want to do my title. I know I want my title to be For the First Time in Forever because that's what the show was called. And I'm going to use these stickers here, which are called Sunny. And they're really pretty blue foam thicker. And then I'm also going to use a couple of simple stories here, these little ones to do for the, and then First Time in Forever is in the thickers. So I really like the way that they turned out. And again, guys, I'm really sorry I didn't have anything last week. I'm still trying to work on my schedule. Let me tell you, I'm trying not to let things get in the way too much of when I'm planning to scrap, because I'll plan out time to scrap and then I'll end up doing other things instead, or someone will say let's go to lunch and I'll do that. So I'm trying to really not do that anymore. I'm trying to say, okay, when I plan out time to scrap, that's when I need to be scrapping. I also need to make more time. Even when my kids are home, it's fine. I can scrap when my kids are home. I just have to actually do it. So yeah. So I'm still trying to work on that, and still, definitely make the time for it because I enjoy it so much. And when I don't scrap, I miss it so much. So I'm really trying to make sure I prioritize my time so that I have time to do it, and I'm making that creative time for myself. So I'm going to try to start getting better about it here. So sorry about that. Okay, so I'm putting my pictures down. And I pulled a couple other stickers from that Simple Story sticker sheet. They're little phrase stickers. One says leave a little sparkle, and then the other one says sparkle and shine. And then I also pulled a globe from an Amy Tangerine puffy sticker pack, and I'm going to put that down here as well. And I really like the globe. The colors are perfect, and they're in a different land. So I was like, well, I don't know when else I'm going to use it, so I'll use it here. So I put the leave a little sparkle next to the picture where Elsa is doing some of her magic on stage, and then sparkle and shine I'm putting up over on Anna's picture there. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little bit of stamping. I had pulled out a blue ink pad, but it's not going to show up on this dark blue background, so I'm going to use black instead. And I'm using these little asterisk stamps from Studio Calico, and I'm using the outline one. So I'm just going to do a couple here. I think they kind of look like snowflakes. And then I'm going to add some sequins here to them as well. And I'm trying to find just some blue ones. These are kind of multicolored. There's a whole bunch of different type of sequins in here, so I'm just trying to pick out some of the blue ones. And I'm just going to add them to the asterisks here. And I really like the way that it turned out. Just a nice little subtle detail there. And I'm using these pop dots for them, or not pop dots, they're glue dots. So the show was really funny. They had a couple of kind of commentators on the stage who were telling the story of Frozen, and they were so funny. They were just telling all sorts of jokes, like me and Josh were laughing. And they were, you know, going through the story of Frozen, and then when they got to a part where a song comes up, they would play the song from the actual movie on a big screen behind, and everyone sang along, and they showed the words and everything. And then Anna and Elsa came out, and Kristoff came out as well, and, you know, they did a couple songs just from themselves, and it was fun. And then at the end, I have a really great picture of Kaylin that's going to be on the next page. That was really great. Okay, so I added a blue Mickey head. It's like a button, and that is from Disney. And then a couple of blue puffy arrow stickers from Freckled Fawn. Okay, so now I'm going to work on this one. And I'll talk about Kaylin's picture here in a second. But I had this piece of scrap paper sitting on my desk, and it's blue and green circles. And so I'm going to go ahead and use that to kind of ground my pictures here, because I'm going to be putting them above the images on the page. And I'm using some blue Hero Arts ink to ink the edges there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that down. And I really went light on the embellishing for these pictures because the pattern paper has literal like pictures and characters on it. So I didn't feel like I needed to put a ton on it. Okay, so I'm going to put these down, and then I'm like, nope, they're crooked, so I got to fix it. So I kind of straighten out Layla's picture here in the middle, and then that's much better. So the last picture there that I put down is Kaylin, and she's looking at me, and she has her hands up because that is at the end of the show. Elsa was singing, and then she did some, you know, waved her hands on the stage, and then it started snowing in the theater, and Kaylin was just like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. And I'm so happy I snapped that picture right at that time when she looked right at me and she was like, oh my gosh. So that's probably my favorite, one of my favorite pictures of the entire trip. And so I'm going to stamp Amazing Moment underneath that picture because I loved it so much. And this is another Studio Calico stamp as well. And I got ink on my hands. Awesome. All right, so I'm going to put another Freckled Fawn, a couple more Freckled Fawn arrows here. And then I stamped a couple more of those asterisks as well. And now I'm looking through my flare. This is all I have. I don't have very much flare, guys. But I knew I had one that says, do you want to build a snowman? So I'm going to put that on here too, since that is a line from the movie. And Olaf is on this page. So I'm going to put that right next to the picture here. And I'm going to add some more sequins to the asterisks so that they go along with the other ones. So I'm going to go ahead and stick those down. And then I'm going to make some journaling lines and do my journaling, and then that's going to be it. I really just kept this one simple. I kind of let the paper do most of the work for me, and I really like the way that they turned out. And it was a really good show. I'm really glad that that was one of the first things that we did. We had a good time. All right, so I'm just going to take my ruler and draw some lines here. And I'm kind of going along over Sven's antlers there. So I'm kind of tucking them in around his antlers. And I like the way that looks. All right, so now I'm going to do my journaling, just talking about the show and how cool it was, and you know, at the end, just how really magical it ended up being, especially for the girls. I'm going to add one more arrow here. It's a nice swirly arrow, so I'm just going to kind of nestle that in there. Layla brings me something, something she cut out from paper. And that's going to complete my layout. I'm going to take a look at them side by side real quick, and then I'm really happy with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. And again, I'm sorry I didn't have any pages last week. I'm really going to try to take this week and do some really good pages so that I can make sure I have pages every weekend for you guys, because I know I'm probably going to get a lot of comments saying don't stress about it. And I'm not stressing, but you know, it's something I enjoy and I've committed to doing it and I really want to. So that's my whole thing. But here's close-ups for you. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will be back again soon with some more layouts for you. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye.